like girl, them a Barbie. And the cologne splash on a Versace. Touch out inna the hardy. I be a hot girl, I look over for me. Yeah, but yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is my first girls talk, and this is gonna be a series. Hopefully this is gonna be a series on my channel. I'm trying, as you know guys, I'm trying to put out content that is gonna be helpful to you guys. I just don't want to put out content because it is trending, or I want to put out content that will help someone, whether now or 10 years, 20 years down the line. That's the content I'm trying to create. So this series on my channel, Girl Talk, is just gonna look at some personal issues from a woman's standpoint, like things with our bodies and just things that affect us as females and younger girls. I want to help like the younger girls, because all you guys know that I am a high school teacher from my Get to Know You video. So I teach teenagers. I teach grade 9 to 11, so most of my kids are like 14 all the way up to 70 and thereabout, depending on, so I want to ensure that there's a platform for these persons to come and learn, as well as anyone else that wants the information. So if you're not yet subscribed, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. On this channel, I just want you guys to join the family, become a part of the gang, just become a part of the family and just support me. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, and it is going slowly, but I really have gained quite a few subscribers since coming back to YouTube. So I would really love the support. I really want to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. Like, that's a goal for me. So as I said, I'm just trying share my content with your friends and family. Tell them to subscribe, and not just subscribe, but I need you guys to like the video. When you like the video, it really does help. It allows YouTube to recommend the video to other persons. So it's not just good to come and look at the video or just subscribe and leave me in the dark. Like, it really helps when you give the video a thumbs up, because as I said, it shows up in the recommendation slot on YouTube, and other persons who have similar interests can view the video, which is what we want. We want to educate and entertain, and we want to help as many persons as possible. So I'm gonna need your help in doing so. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. So I know you know what we're about to talk about based on the description and the fact that you clicked on the video. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about your monthly period, some of the tips and tricks in staying clean, getting through that whole process smoothly and coming out on the other side nice and fresh. So we're gonna be talking about hygiene as it relates to menstruation. You want to ensure that you invest in a good sanitary I was gonna say napkin, and then I remember tampons. You want to ensure that you invest in either a good sanitary napkin or a good tampon. Now, story time. I used to use tampons when I was much younger. I was going to high school. I really did not enjoy that insert and pull out thing at random intervals throughout the day. For some tampons, it actually says that it can stay inside of you, or you can wear it up to 8 hours. I personally don't believe in that. So that in and of itself just sound bad to me already. Sound like a cotton infection or something already. So I just don't agree with that. So it was very weird for me to be pulling out and inserting. Well, if you're a tampon person, you're a tampon person. And if you can train someone else to become that person, everybody is different. Some persons find it more comfortable than a pad, because some persons like to wear, if you have a particular lifestyle and you don't really want your pad printing out of your outfits, suppose you're a model and you're doing a swimwear shoot or whatever, you don't necessarily want to have a pad underneath your fanny pack showing. So you're going to go for a tampon, or you want to go swimming or whatever, because your life doesn't pause when you're on your period. Like, that's what we need to get young girls to understand. Like, when you're on your period, you're not sick, you're not crippled. Okay, it's just a process that happens, and you just have to work around it. You don't park your life just because you're on your period. All right. So if you are engaging in activities that are are going to require you to wear a tampon, then you go ahead and you wear a tampon. Like, but don't wear a tampon. Like for me, I don't recommend wearing a tampon alone by itself. Yeah. For me, the safest thing to do would be to wear a tampon with a panty liner, just in case, like your flow is heavy or the tampon isn't fixed properly or something, or maybe it's full, like if there's any leaking, like you'll have a bit of protection there and you can change or whatever. Okay. But if for everyday wear, no. For everyday wear, I would suggest a sanitary napkin, like straight. For bed, sanitary napkin straight. But as I said, if you're going to engage in activities and you want to wear your outfits, you want to do whatever, I would suggest a thin panty liner and your tampon, and make sure you carry some extra so you can change. Okay. Let's talk about sanitary napkins now. Now you have, like, seriously, you have so many brands of sanitary napkins. It's almost ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about my experience using a few of them and my favorite and all of that. So when I was in grade 4, this was when Kotex came out. So that was about early 2000s, I would say. So maybe not, probably 19 something, probably the 9. I don't remember what year it was, but I was in grade 4. And Kotex came out. Now Kotex is a sanitary napkin brand owned by I think it's from a Caribbean island. I want to say Trinidad, but I'm not entirely sure. Is that Trinidad or Barbados or one of them, right? So it was introduced into the schools at that time, and you got stuff like, you got bags, and there were so many what do you call those stuff, like little souvenirs with the name on it. I was like, wow, so cute. Like, they had the cutest stuff, and I just stuck with that. Like, I cherished my little Kotex pads until it was time for me to have my period, which was in high school around grade 8. So it took me a while. Yeah, it took me a while. So I use Kotex, and I use Kotex for years. Like, I use Kotex now, I stopped a couple months ago, and we'll talk about that in a different video. But Kotex to me is very comfortable. It's very lightweight. Like, it's very, very affordable. Like, I think it's the cheapest one, the cheapest comfortable one. All right, let's talk about the others. So I've used Curve by Alaska. Make curves. Who make curves? Alaska. Alaska? Or Grace? Somebody makes curves in Jamaica. Can't remember. I know it's who, but I can't. I think it's Alaska. Maybe. Curves for me is not that comfortable. I don't like the insides of it. The insides of it remind me of like a loofah, but not like a regular loofah. It reminds me of that, like a bath sponge, like the ones that they put in the little mesh. That's what inside looks like. It looks like a little sea stone. It's not the most comfortable fabric. I don't like the way that it smells. I don't like the way that it feels, and it's just not. I've used Comfort Touch, I think, once. It was okay. It was nothing spectacular. If I should compare it to Curves would be like, if I should compare it to not Curves, Kotex still comes out on top. Then there's this one, Stay Free, which when I was much younger I used to hate it because Stay Free was like a mattress. Stay Free felt like one of those inflatable beds. It felt like a pillow. It felt like a body pillow. Like when you had it on, you would literally walk with your legs open because it felt so uncomfortable. Like it felt so uncomfortable. It was just so big. It was bulky. Okay, and I had to use maxi because, all right, we're gonna talk about flows now. some persons have heavy flow, some persons have light flow, some persons have irregular periods, some persons period lasts for a period of 3 days, some persons last for a period, well, the longest I've heard of is 7 days, but I've heard of persons having their period twice for the month because their period is irregular. So I get it 3 days and then way down the road them get it like one next 4 days or something, right? You'd call it an irregular period. Like you don't know when it come. It just visit you. It's like that relative who always come look for you but never call. So, you know, it was very bulky and I really didn't like it. So I had to wear it because my flow was heavy. I used to experience period cramps like the wickedest. I wish I had like the pills to show you guys, but I don't have those in my house anymore because I don't have period cramps anymore. I guess after you got through childbirth, well, first a lot of persons might not know. Like if you're just meeting me for the first time on this YouTube video, I have 2 children. And after I had my first daughter, I really experienced a lot of cramping, but it wasn't as intense as when I was younger. When I was going to high school, my cramps were so bad that whenever my period came, I could not go to school for the first day or two. I'd have heavy cramps, diarrhea, like the way my cramps were so intense. I didn't want to think about eating. I didn't want to think about moving. I didn't want to hear anybody talk. Like it's a feeling of it's so uncomfortable that the slightest movement, if you're sitting down and you're having cramps and somebody should move, you feel like you're there to shoot them. It was just so uncomfortable. You don't want to hear nothing, you don't want to see nothing, you don't want to talk, you don't want to eat anything about nothing. Like it was crazy. One of the craziest couple of years of my life. Like seriously. And then you'd have diarrhea. When you have diarrhea and cramps, no man. God. I'm glad me got through that and done. But one thing that I took that really helped me, I think I use Panadol, women's Panadol. I say it name. I use the Panadol for pain, right? That are the blue one. Then I was introduced to women's Panadol. There's this other one that starts with C. I don't know the name of it right now. But if I find it, I'll probably put it here. If not, but there's one that starts with C that I used to take. None of them something they never work. Like none of them something they never work. I'd have to squeeze my stomach. None of that never work. It was even thinking about it now. I feel like I'm gonna just cry for myself. It was very, very, very hard going through those couple of years. Then I was introduced to Advil, the blue pack one for pain, the one that says for toothache and all of that. It doesn't say on the pack. I don't think it says on the sachet, but it says on the box. Now my mother has a shop, so what she does, she buy a lot of pills and whatever. So I would get the chance to read the box. I was like, toothache? If this is for toothache or some serious pain, it's like a wall. So I said, let me try it. Within minutes of taking that pill, your cramps just dissipate, like them just go away, like them just say bye. And I was like, whoa, could this be the answer, to all our problems? And I started taking that pill, and I'm telling you, I loved it. What I find though, the minute that you feel like the cramps coming on, like don't wait until the cramps get intense. The minute you feel it coming on, you want to take the pill from that time. So by the time it dissolves and start working on the cramp, feel like it can come in and do some damage, the tablet would have already been dissolved and would have taken care of everything, so you wouldn't feel it. Okay, so I would recommend the Advil. I'll put the name here and probably a picture of it. That's the one that I recommend for cramps. Okay, so if you're experiencing really bad cramps, take that one. And remember to take it at the instant of feeling the cramps. Don't wait until it get bad. The minute you feel your belly feel queasy and you know that it's around that time, go ahead and take it. If you're having problem with leaking, all right, so you'd go to your bed. and you'd wake up and your sheets would be messy and all of that. There are actually different types of pad for different times during the day. So if you're an active person, they have thin ones so that you are more flexible, you can move up and down. I would suggest that you wear the ones with wings. If you're gonna wear the one without wings, you have to ensure that your underwear or whatever you're wearing fits you so well that it keeps the pad one place, okay? Because if you're gonna put the wingless one on like a thong or one of those sexy panties, it's not gonna work, okay? Because it's gonna shift, it's gonna slide, it's gonna go up and make you feel so uncomfortable. So I would suggest the one with wings and wear comfortable panty throughout this period. I know a lot of girls that don't have granny panties or what they're classified as. They don't have granny panties, but I'm telling you, throughout your period, invest in like 6 of those. Invest in like 6 granny panties and invest in overnight sanitary napkins. You have napkins that says, this one says ultra thin regular with wings. You have maxi with wings, and you have overnight. Now the overnight ones, they're really long. Like when you put it on, it should cover the whole span of your fanny pack and run your yourself, right? So that's the one that you want to wear when you're going to your bed. If you're experiencing leakage and all of that, do not wear a tampon to bed. I do not suggest it. Other persons might have their own opinions on it, but I do not suggest wearing a tampon on a regular basis, only for those times when, as I tell you in the beginning of the video. So wear your overnight, okay? That's gonna protect you from back to front, and get you some granny panties, baby. Get you some panties will go all your body together. Nothing is worse than feeling pain and having underwear and sanitary napkin or whatever shift up and down and go on the most way. Like, you need to feel secure down here, because it's a time when a lot of females are a bit insecure and shy. Not insecure in the wrong way, but you don't really want to go near nobody, and you don't really want, because so try to wear panties that are secure, panties that fit you really well. Limit the wearing of tights and all of that during that time, because remember, your vagina needs to breathe, and at that point in time you are already wearing a sanitary napkin that is cutting off the oxygen, cutting off your vagina's access to air and all of that. So if you're gonna add another layer to that, plus you're gonna put on clothes, it's gonna get real nasty real fast, okay? For you need to be very careful with your fanny pack, okay? You gotta show your fanny pack some TLC, the same way you put a lot of interest into your face and your hair and all of that. You have to put a little bit of interest down there. It's not just for having sex. You have to take care of it, because not taking care of it now can lead to a lot of problems for you later down the road, okay? So please take care of your vajayjay. Give your fanny pack some room to breathe, right? Another thing, which is very, 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 very important, change your pads often, okay? Now I know people who put on them pad when they leave them out and them don't decide to change until them go home. Stop that. Okay, that's crony. Okay, that's crony. We're just gonna leave it there. That's the word I'm going to use today. That's crony. Okay, don't do that. I would suggest, depending on your flow, and you should know what your flow is like, change your pad every time you go to the bathroom. Every time you go to urinate throughout the day, change your pad. Like, seriously, it don't matter. Change your pad. Because just change your pad. All right, I don't even want to get into all of that scientific business, and change your pad. Okay, what I would suggest to you guys is that, all right, so this is just a little pouch that I use to put makeup in for my kit, but I'm just showing you the bag itself. Get you something like this. These bags are sold in department stores. They're sold in the wholesale, the Chinese man wholesale that everyone knows in Jamaica. If you're not familiar with them, if you know about them but you're not familiar with them, go to that department store where you're comfortable and buy. These normally come in sets of like 3, 4, 5, depending on where you buy them. Just buy the set, take out one. What you want to add to that is 3 sanitary napkins, and I learned this from grade 4. 3 sanitary napkins, clean underwear, a pack of wipes, tissue, and a sanitizer or a hand soap. Okay? At the time they told me to bring like a washcloth to like wash up or whatever. I would suggest that you just add a wipe to that. If you want to carry like a small deodorant, you may do so as well. Like, it's up to you, but ensure that you have at least 3 wipes depending on how long you'll be out of your house. Have enough wipes. Anything can happen to your road, girl. Your underwear can get messed up. You need to just be ready. Okay, make sure you carry those things with you and change very often. Change as often as you can. I'd say probably every 2 hours. Every 2 hours is even long, but every 2 hours you can just change, or 3 hours depending on your flow. All right, if you don't have a heavy flow, you can wait a longer time, but in between, make sure that when you're going to the bathroom, you're using like a wipe to clean up, right? Use a wipe to clean up, because you don't want to use tissue. Tissue is gonna stick to you, and it really doesn't help. It really doesn't help. It really doesn't take away residue. It just dries it up. So you want to just use your wipes and get rid of that, clean up that area, get rid of odor and all of that. Okay. Next thing, ensure that you shave your fanny pack between periods. So shaving to me on a regular is necessary. Why? Because you have to look at that area just like every other area. Just like how you shave your armpit, because you're getting build up from deodorant and all of that, and dead skin and all of that. The same way your hair fall out and dead is the same way skin die underneath your arm and all of that. Right? So you need to remove the hair and exfoliate. Same way for down there. So you want to remove the hair and ensure that down there is as clean as possible. You understand me? So you want to shave in between periods. I would suggest waiting until after your period, about a day or 2 after your period, to shave. And there are many ways of shaving. You can use Nair, which is a hair removal cream. You can also use shaving cream, which is my favorite method. Or you can use, if you don't have any of that, most persons have conditioner, shampoo and conditioner in their house. Use the conditioner. You ever use the shampoo and the shampoo finish before the conditioner? Use the conditioner and just get rid of that. You need a 3-blade razor. Okay, that's the safest down there. Don't go buy the 1-blade razor because the man has sell the pack for $100. Because all you're going to do is chop up your front and you don't have anything to replace it. So just put on a little extra money and buy the 3-blade razor and take care of the girl. All right, good. So shave between your periods. Make sure you have like a vaginal wash. Let me be honest with you. I know there are a few vaginal washes on the market. There is Summer's Eve Vagisil. There is one called Cookie. I've personally never used the Cookie wash. It's a natural alternative to the Summer's Eve and the Vagisil. To be honest with you, I have used the Vagisil and I have used Summer's Eve before. I didn't have a problem. I actually love using them because I thought that it got down there clean. And when we talk about down there, so most of the time it's just the hair that gives the problem. It's the hair that traps the odor. It's the hair that traps the residue. It's the hair that traps all of that. So that's why you want to get rid of it. If you don't like shaving, you can there's also the method of cutting the hair. So you can use like a small scissors out of the manicure set and have your mirror, or you can use a shear. You know, I'm going to use and trim here. Anything, whatever floats your yacht, use it, baby. Whatever floats your yacht, use it. Okay, so just get rid of the hair. but don't damage yourself. Be careful, take your time, use what is convenient for you. And as I said, have your vaginal wash. If you don't want to use a vaginal wash, you can use a shampoo that's made for sensitive skin, so like a baby shampoo or whatever. You can use it to just wash the hair. So if you're not a person who likes shaving or whatever, ensure that you are washing the hair. And without even the shaving, you need to be washing that hair on a daily basis, like washing it properly. Take the time out, and just get it clean. Another thing that you can actually do is have like a small little comb. Small and little is same thing, sorry. Have a small comb and the shampoo, and when you're bathing, you know comb out the hair and get rid of some of that residue. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that, but I think that would be a good idea. So that's just your little, when you finish, you dry the comb and you put it up in a nice little pouch. You wash it, you dry it, you put it up in a nice little pouch. Away, you have to find time for yourself. If you're telling me that this is a lot and you don't know where you're gonna get time for, then something need to stop out of your life. Because if you don't have time for watch your vagina, something not going there. So you need to slow it down, sis. Slow it down, okay? So you have to comb that out and do all of that. That one area, will cause so much problems in your life. Stop and take care of it, okay? Nothing is worse than having a bad smell coming from down there and knowing that it's yours. Because you know you're smelling now. So if you know say it come from this and you know say it don't pleasant, it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings. So don't make it happen to you. Alright? I don't think anybody would be pleased for someone else. I went to an all-girls school and there were girls who had that problem, and I'm telling you, there was not a day that went by that somebody did not remind them. So may I tell you, all of my care started from in a high school when as I said, I started really late. So when I saw how other people dealt with other people, like, it was very important for me growing up to ensure that I was doing what I needed to do. All right. Final tip, guys. I'm not gonna go too far into this, but this is outside of your menstrual period, your menstrual cycle. I'm sorry, your menstruation period. When it stops, like during that time, I would advise you guys to use a deodorant. Yes, I said a deodorant, and you're wondering what the hell she gonna say now. Actually, I actually came up with this idea, like, it just come to me and we just do it. It was one of them moments where things come to your mind and you say, oh, let me try it. So it happened to me, and I actually said it to someone and they actually agreed that they do the same things. I was like, how many other persons know this? So I'm going to say it to you just in case you don't know. Because I actually said it to somebody else and they said they never even thought about that. So using a deodorant. Where are you going to use the deodorant? You're going to use the deodorant on the outside. That's your inner leg area. Okay? So to understand that the vagina sweats, just like your armpits, the vagina sweats. So you want to don't put any powder down there. The powder is going to go inside your vagina and hurt you. So what you want to do is put it between your legs. And I don't know what that part is called. Put it between your leg and your vaginal lip. That makes sense? I'm sorry if I sound very aggressive with my talking. We don't like to talk about these things, but we have to say it. Somebody needs to hear. So, this is your leg. This is the lip. This is the other leg. Put it right between yourself. Don't open up your vagina and put it down your vagina. We're not talking about that. That'll go get infection. Put it on the outside. Alright? And you'll be fine. I'm telling you, girl, if you have never tried it, try it now. I'm leaving you guys with one of the most helpful tips for smelling really fresh down there. You don't have to use it like this. This is my favorite deodorant thus far. I've used a lot, and right now this is my favorite. Don't know if I'm going to change, but right now. All right. Just have one separate for down there. You don't have to use like a liquid. You can use one of those solid ones. The powder smell, that one is good. Okay, that's gonna keep the sweating down a little bit on the sides and keep your body odor at bay. Okay, So that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Please comment down below what you think about some of the things that I said, and let me know what you think about the tip. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next girls talk. Bye. Mwah.